It's getting closer and closer to the period, if they have not started, where politicians in Nigeria are writing down their campaign budget. Sadly, one part of the budget is the allocation for vote buying. Even with the agenda against vote buying and selling, you still see elections, most recently in Ekiti State, where people sell their votes. Selling your vote is a very big deal, and the bigger one is how much they are even sold for. Ridiculous. My name is Shegun and I'm speaking from TepTV. If you're new around here, please humbly smash the subscribe button as we work our way to 1K subscribers. If you like this content, then share with your friends, hit the like button and give your comments. I do my best to respond to all the comments. To the winners of our June 12th giveaway, I want to say congratulations to you. I will obviously be making videos about the announced running mates of the different aspirants. I can guarantee you that you would get insightful and detailed political insights, tautology, on this video and on this channel. So hit the notification bell and enjoy the video. Now, back to the question for the day. How much is my vote? Topic for today's video: how much does my vote cost? How much is my vote? How much is your vote? It's very simple. Your vote is simply you signing a 4-year contract to accept someone as your new master. You're ready to say this person is my lord and my ruler. So, and then if he's a good master, obviously then your life is possibly going to be good. But if he's a bad one, then you have to settle for what comes with it. The first question you need to ask yourself is that in the current standard of living and with the current economy, how much do I need to survive in a day? How much do I need to survive in a day? A research tells us that the lowest level Nigeria, that is the worst of the worst Nigerian, needs at least 1,250 naira to survive a day. No wonder you see people asking for urgent 2K and some other stuff like that. So you discover that the lowest level Nigerian needs 1,250 naira to survive in a particular day. And of course, I know that this may not be up to how much you spend on your sub and your airtime, but trust me, believe me, that there are some people in the parts of the country who, lowest of lowest, have to spend this amount of money at least every day. For some of us, maybe it's 5,000, 10,000, as the case may be. However, although the lowest level Nigerian needs this, they don't earn as much. So they either have to borrow, or they have to gamble, or sadly, they have to steal to meet up with these demands. If we go with the 30,000 minimum wage, we would see that the money is not even enough to serve an independent young woman or man, not to talk of a married one. So for example, if I'm having to spend 1,250 naira daily and my minimum wage is 30,000 naira, let's say in a month where there are 30 days, that means I have to spend 1,000 naira per day. In a month where there are 31 days, I'm spending less than 1,000 naira a day. So it means I need to possibly borrow the remaining money to add up, and then I have debt upon debt upon debt. To give you a clearer perspective, a Nigerian lawmaker, or popularly known as a senator in Nigeria, earns a basic salary of 600,000 naira monthly or more, of course. So, and then that's if you take away the allowances. They earn at least 600k for the basic salary monthly. And then while you who has the power to put them there has to wait for about 2 years before you can make that amount of money. Because if the minimum wage is 30,000 naira and the basic salary of a senator is about 600,000 naira, then it means you need to wait for 2 years before you can make what a senator makes in 1 month. And that is taking away the allowances. Obviously, if we're now throwing the allowances into the mix, and you discover that based on the minimum wage structure in Nigeria, it takes you approximately 98 years, not 98 months, 98 years based on the minimum wage to make their 1 month salary. It means that you need 98 years to make their 1 month salary. Of course, if a child who started working, let's say he started working at the age of 20 on the minimum wage, it means that you would already be 118 years old before you can make 1 month salary from a senator. Of course, that senator would have gone for how many times you can imagine. So that's basically the calculation. And then it means that you would either have retired or you'd have possibly died before you can even make what they are making in 1 month of their lives. Add to the fact that your one small vote that puts them there is for 48 months. So we are talking about the fact that you need 98 years to make their 1 month salary. But that your one small tiny vote that you think in your head that it does not count is actually going to keep them there for at least 48 months. So it means that you need to multiply 98 years by 48, and then you can almost imagine how many times you would have reincarnated. For those of you who believe in reincarnation, how many times you would have reincarnated before you can make the amount of money that a senator is making based on your one vote. So you now understand that your vote is really powerful, and I'm telling you that yes, it is. But then, we still want to find out how much exactly does my vote worth. Despite all these mathematics, all these analogies and everything I put together, how much exactly does my vote worth? So that in case somebody is asking me or somebody wants to price it, how much in money terms should I tell the person? You don't want to go to market and then you're calling the wrong price when they're asking for the big price. You don't want to go to market and you're selling something and then they are telling you that, they slapped you in the face, they duped you, they did it 419 and everything. You just want to be sure. It's not as if you even want to sell it, but you just want to be sure of how much your vote costs. Now, we have said that the lowest level Nigerian earns 1,250 naira a day. Some of you obviously spend more. Now, your vote will keep a politician in office for 4 years, which means for 48 months. In that 4 years, there will be one leap year. When I mean leap year means that a year where instead of 365 days, it is 366 days. So it means that we're going to be having 365 days, and we're going to be having 366 days. So of course, don't worry about the whole mathematics. My job is to calculate the mathematics for you. Just stay tuned. My job, I'll punch everything inside calculator for you, and I'll bring it out for you. Now, before we continue further, I want you to know that every politician in office completes their term, except if the person dies or the person is removed. So don't get carried away with the fact that they will say, the person may not complete his whole 4 years. It's a lie. Except the person actually died or the person was removed. Maybe they took it to court and then they removed the person. Then before it does not happen. Because for example, of course, Shoutout, for example, when he was ruling in Ekiti and everything like that, it was time when he was taken to court and then Fayemi was brought into place and some other things. At the end of the day, Fayose's 8 years was still complete. So it's not possible for your tenure not to be complete so far you have won the case. You understand what I'm trying to say? So when we are looking at it, it depends on whether the person died or the person was removed or impeached, or as the case may be. Now back to our mathematics. We have 1,461 days in the entire term of a politician. That is all the 4 years that the politician will spend based on your one small tiny chocolate vote. The politician will spend 1,461 days in office. It means that your one vote gives the person the right to be your master, to be your lord and your master for 1,461 days. Now, if you have to spend at least 1,250 naira daily because of the poverty level in the country, because for example, in other countries around the world, we see them even spending more than that as the minimum wage. You see them telling you that an average American is spending $1,000 per day. Of course, we convert $1,000 to Nigerian currency. That is almost 600 or more than 600,000 naira. So, but let's not even get into that. Let's assume that you are spending 1,250 naira per day. And then you can imagine that when you multiply those things together, you will be getting 1,826,250 naira if you want to sell your votes. 1,826,250 naira if you want to sell your votes. So for those of us who are spending like 5,000 naira per day, then you can of course calculate that you'll be spending more than 5 million naira at the end of a politician's 4-year tenure. So that is how much your vote costs. Of course, some of you will say, you are, and then some of you will say, you are spending 10,000 per day or whatever. Just do the maths. But I have done the maths for the lowest level. That is, the minimum you should be selling your votes is 1.8 million. The minimum anybody should be selling their votes is 1.8 million. That's if you are even selling your votes, which I will not advise you to do so. Now, when we look at it, we'll be hearing ridiculous things like people will say that they brought 7,000 naira, they brought 2,000 naira, some even brought 800 naira. I heard about that in one area in Lagos recently, that they brought 800 naira to come and be sharing to use to buy votes from people. Of course, if you are saying that they are not sharing, they are not selling votes, we can look at the previous election in Ekiti State and we will see that these things are actually happening. I want to think that they are not aware or they are allowing daylight robbery. When your vote, one small shikini vote that you have, is costing 1.8 million naira, and somebody is bringing 2,000 naira to come and meet you, are you not supposed to give the person a dirty slap and tell the person to go and look for another customer? Because it is bad market. If I go to Alabana and I want to price shoe, and the shoe, they said the shoe is 7,000 naira, and me I said it's 200 naira, I want to pray, are you sure they will not bring their cutlass and chase me away from there? Obviously. So if your vote is costing at least 1.8 million plus, and somebody is giving you 800 naira, 2,000 naira, 3,000, 7,000 naira, do you not think that there is something wrong in both of you head? Plus you who is selling and the person that is buying, both of you need to hit yourself on the head and think that you are not thinking properly. Now, if you feel that none of the candidates are worth your vote, then bros, keep it at home. Madam, keep it at home. If you feel that none of those candidates are worth your vote, keep it at home rather than going to go and sell it for 800 naira, for 2,000 naira. However, let's all remember that the next 1,461 days could be full of suffering or enjoyment. Dollar is now 610 naira. Petrol is now 200 naira per litre and 350 per litre in some places. Diesel is now 15, and Indomie Hungry Man is now 250. There is no more pure water 5 naira. There is no more sugar 5 naira. Garri is now 200 naira per dirika, and ASU is still on strike. Toothpaste is now too expensive, we are beginning to use salt. Raincoat don cost, we are using nylon. Egg is now 18 naira because chickens are giving birth to CS operation, because that's the only reason why egg will now be 18 naira. Maybe chickens are using special operation to give birth. And then we can see we are now packing water from our houses because our landlord does not have money to do gutter. Boxers, men boxers is now 500 naira, and Dunlop is now 400 naira. Please don't let anybody give you 800 naira that cannot buy one crate of egg. Or don't let them give you 2,000 naira that cannot buy you beans and bread for 1 week as a mechanic. Or they give you 7,000 naira that cannot take you back to school as a student who is currently on strike. Oh boy, use your pana sharp, no do yourself. Oh. Thank you guys for sticking with us throughout this video, throughout this amazing video. Like us to tell and reshare with all your friends across different media platforms. You can follow us on Instagram at TepTV_productions. Let's keep up with the updates. I can guarantee you that we have that in abundance. Until I see you next time, my name remains Shegun, speaking from TepTV. Bye for now.